All right, a quick video on the end of the cover crop. So this is where the 4 beds of the previous video that had the cover crop in it, and now you see no more cover crop, and it kind of looks a bit weird in coloring. So if you look really closely in the bed, we have squash plants. And if you look at the beyond the squash plant, you look at the remnants of the cover crop. So when you're taking out the top vegetation to put in other vegetation, obviously you need to get it to a point where it's low enough where the new plant can reap the benefits of the sunlight. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to take out the whole plant. So in this case, we just took a little weed whacker to it and kept in everything associated with the plant. So this is still the plant, all the roots are still in there. So you want the roots to still stay in. So whenever you're cutting something out, keep the roots. The roots will stop erosion. I really don't have an issue with that because it's kind of boxed in with the mulch. But it definitely keeps the soil sturdy. It keeps it moist, so it's still retaining a lot of that moisture because it's still providing a little bit of a cover crop. But the most critical aspect of why you want still the roots in there is the things you can't see. So the little microbes that are in there. So there's a lot of microbiology in the roots that will support the root systems of your future plants. So this was peas and vetch. They have nitrogen fixating bacteria in their roots. And so right now they're taking atmospheric nitrogen and putting it into a form that will benefit this plant. But if you don't have the roots, you won't have that bacteria that concentrates on those roots. So when you are removing previous plants, I typically keep in the root systems either over the winter or keep them throughout the summer in ones that are of benefit. There are some that you do not want, and that would be your broccolis and cabbages. So I will remove the whole plant when it comes to those. So once I remove those, the whole plant plus the root will be removed. Certain types will have certain bacteria that you don't want. In that case, you have clubroot, which is a root disease that will kill anything that you would plant thereafter. So focus on what you have in terms of the vegetation and whether you want the roots or not. In this case, I kept the roots because it will continue to fixate the soil. So it'll make it more nutrient rich as the other plants are growing. And eventually it will just die because they are heat sensitive, and it will just kind of naturally work its way out. So that's something to consider when you are removing vegetation from your beds.